Hi everyone, I'm Scott, a service advisor here at Paulsville RV, and today we're at our Everett Parts location talking about winterization. Now before we get started, we want to offer you a special. Paulsville RV is offering a special this year to do our winterizations for $14.95. If that's something you want to do, give one of our service advisors a call and we'll get you scheduled up to come in and have your RV winterized. Now if you choose not to use our $14.95 special, we're going to give you a couple of tips today in order to winterize your unit. The first thing we want to go over is tools. You're going to need a wrench like this in order to be able to pull your low point rings. From there, you need a socket set. Socket set needs to be able to pull your water heater plug on the outside of your hot water heater. From that point, you'll need a city water blowout plug, just like this. From there, you're going to need a compressor air hose, and also a chuck that can mount onto this air chuck or on the city water fill. From that, you're going to want a wand. This wand is a black water flush wand that you can stick down in your toilet and clean it out, and we'll go over that a little bit later. The other thing you'll need is a clear coupler. Now this coupler is meant to mount on your black and gray water holding tank dump in order to be able to see when your system is completely dumped and clean. Now, once you've gathered all your tools, you'll want to prep your RV in order to be able to do the winterization. The first thing you want to do is get your tanks dumped. Go to a dump station and dump your black and gray water holding tanks. Once they're dumped, you'll want to get your wand out. This wand will be hooked up to a fresh water system. You'll bring it in your coach and stick it down your toilet. Once you get down the toilet, go ahead and turn this on. What it will do is act as a pressure washer to clean out your black water holding tank. Once your black water holding tank is cleared out, and you'll know that's cleared out by when you see your clear coupler has no more waste coming through it. When it's clear water, then you go ahead and shut off your wand. Once the wand's shut off and you're set up for the black and gray water tank, you go ahead and shut off the dump valves. Once the two dump valves are shut, the next thing you'll want to do is prep your freshwater holding tank. Now, each freshwater holding tank has slightly different areas to drain it, but most of them will have a little plug that you can either turn, drop water out, or have a plug that you can pull off to release. However the way it is, you just want to make sure your freshwater holding tank is drained. And once your freshwater holding tank is drained, you can go on to the next thing of prepping, which is your filters. Most RVs have some sort of filtration system inside the unit. This one will have basically a cartridge inside that we want to put out and go ahead and put it in a Ziploc bag. Then you'll put the container back together and you're ready to go. Now, most filters have a bypass, and this bypass is set up to go between the systems so that there'll be nothing going inside the canister. It's a good way to do it, and if you can do it that way, it's the best way to do it. Alright, now that you have your RV prepped and ready for winterization, we can get started. The first thing you want to do is hook up your city water blowout. What you'll do is you'll take this plug and install it in your city water connection. Once you've done that, you'll hook up your compressor to this with a hose and a chuck. Again, your compressor can be no more than 50 psi. Once that's done, you'll go to each one of the faucets inside the RV and get them blown out. You'll start by opening up the freshwater cold water side, the freshwater hot water side, until you basically see everything out of it and you basically just see air left. Once you get through all of the faucets, you want to do the shower, the toilet, and don't forget the outside stuff as well. You've got an outside spray port on some RVs, and the other thing is you have an outside shower on some RVs. Make sure that all those are blown out. Once you've got all of your lines blown out, the next thing you want to do is get your hot water heater set up. Now there's two styles of water heaters, an Atwood and a Suburban. An Atwood takes a plastic plug. All you're going to do is you're going to pull this out with a socket and then turn your compressor back on and blow out your system. What you'll see is a lot of debris coming out of your hot water heater. Don't worry, that's normal. You want to make sure that you keep it going until all of the debris is blown out. That's water and any little particles that may have just built up in there over your use through the summer. Now in a Suburban, it's a little bit different, same concept. This is an anno rod. On Suburbans, they use anno rods to be able to help the water clarity inside the tanks. You want to pull this out, blow out the tank just like what we did on the Atwood. And then after you're done with that, we recommend you to go ahead and put these right back in. Now, it's just my personal choice just because the fact is that I don't want to get insects inside my tanks. So I gently screw them back in order to be able to block any insects from getting inside there. Once you have your hot water heater done, the next thing you'll want to do is get your pump prepped. Now the pump is one of the few things that's going to require some RV antifreeze in it. What you're going to do is you're going to basically hook up this fill connection to it on the inlet side and go ahead and put it in some RV antifreeze. Turn your pump on for a couple of seconds and that's plenty long enough. All we're trying to do is get RV antifreeze inside the pump so it doesn't freeze up over the winter. Once that's done and you've got your RV antifreeze left, you're going to take the rest of this and pour it in your P-traps. Now you're going to go to each one of them inside the kitchen sink, the shower, and then especially in the toilet. We recommend that you put like about 1 inch of fluid over the toilet flange. The reason that is to keep it from freezing. Now don't forget, the more that you use this, the better off you're going to be. Some in the holding tanks are definitely recommended. That will keep your dump or knife valves from freezing in the winter time. Once you've got that all set, your unit should be winterized for the winter. In closing, realize that all RVs are slightly different. You may have a washer and dryer, an ice maker, or something that I haven't covered today. These are the basic tips for you to winterize your unit. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call at Paulsboro RV. And remember, if you don't want to do it yourself, please bring it in for a $14.95 winterization special that we do here. And on top of that, we're going to do a free 15-point inspection for you. As always, thank you for coming to Paulsboro RV.